So the question is it worth visiting Kenitra? That is the question we have to answer. By the way, it is worth it. So let's get on with the video. Good morning, Romans. So I'm at Jadida railway station. Just thought I'd give you a quick look. It's a little railway station, nice waiting area. It's a little bit warm, but yeah, catching the 8:25 to Kenitra. So looking forward to it, as always. And this is the full train experience. So you've got one first class coach, and I think this was about 12 Australian dollars for about a 2 3/4 hour journey, 2 hours and 45 minutes. So very reasonable, really. Nice and quiet, bit of aircon. See you at the next place. Good morning, Roma. So we are in Kenitra. Just jumped off the train, had the train bit there, Kev. And now I'm just walked down from the station, just had to recharge my mobile. And yeah, it's a big city. It is one of 3 cities which are like sister cities. There's Sal, Rabat and Kenitra. I've read up on the way here, it's got like, you know, there's a lot of history and stuff, but basically it's a big commercial hub and there is a beach nearby. There's a couple of kind of older ancient areas which I might have a look at, but I'm only here for 2 nights. We're already through one of them days, but just wanted to have a look at them. Like, they're painting the road over there as the traffic goes by. Now you'd never see that anywhere else. They'll be doing it at night or whatever, but anyway, that's besides the point. So let's have a quick look around and we'll get onto the hotel, check in, and then I'm gonna get out and about, as they say in the vlogging world. Another day, another hotel. This is called Town Rooms, Kenitra. Padded door. Got a window there with shutters on, I'm not going to mess around with. Just out here we've got a little seating area. Nice shared bathroom. I have to sit down and wee apparently, otherwise I could make everything messy for everyone. Then you've got your basic kind of roof terrace, which is pretty cool. There's a lovely breeze up here. So without further ado, I'm going to get on with it, as they say. Settle in, unpack what I need to pack. And yeah, this place was about 60 AUD a night, which is about 30 quid. It's very nice, really nice and modern. Bare essential, good travelling stopover hotel, which is exactly what I'm doing. So if the Wi-Fi works good, I will be perfectly happy, as normal. Crazy scenes from a crazy town. Just stopped there, caught my breath, caught up with everybody. Everything is good. So I'm going to head down to the river. I'm not going to do too much today. Head down to the river, look at the you know, just the local sites. Apparently this was a place where there was a French naval port in the Second World War, and then the Americans came in and took it over for a while. There was an American naval base here, so there's a lot of assorted history. There's Phoenician history, there's Roman history, but it may all be buried underneath the tarmac and the apartment buildings, who knows. But as these things do, they have a way of uncovering themselves when you have a traveller's mind, because I think you automatically navigate to where there is something nice. I like that fountain though, very nice. Got the olive trees around the outside. Kenitra culture shock over. First impressions, big built up town, very modern. Lots of new buildings, big companies represented here, and the dress code is very Western. You know, people walking along low slung tops, men wearing what they want, women wearing what they want, whereas past two places I've been in the land of sort of Islamic tunics and the veils and stuff, so yeah, very different. Yeah, different, that's all it is. So, good to see. Good to see a different place. But it seems more built up than Fez. Well, you've got the beautiful mosque there. The lovely carving around the doors. Might nip over there and get a picture. I just heard the call to prayer. I didn't really hear that when I was at the beach town, so things do change, your culture kind of varies in its religious strength, for want of a better word or phrase. It's the biggest telephone tower, biggest date palm. Some of the things marked on the map as gardens, for instance, are kind of squares like this. There was one tropical garden I saw on the map, and I thought, oh, I like the sound of that, I'll go and look at it, and it was a roundabout. So I guess you have to pick what you're going to see. Otherwise, you know, you could get there and it's like, oh yeah, there's not a lot going on. How you going, mate? Good to see you. Yeah, yeah, good work, good work. Yeah, so anyway, let's get on down to the river. See, now here we have one of the biggest playgrounds in the city, but then you arrive and it's kind of a little bit out of order. Anyway, especially when there's no photos. If there's just like one of those little symbols on Google Maps with like a floral motif. Anyway, we're ticking them off. We're ticking them off, aren't we? Just looking at these nests up here. See them all over Morocco. Different types of fishing birds or wading birds. And obviously people don't worry about them because the structures are huge. The nests are huge. They're probably years and years old. There's another one up there with a family of birds on it. One of those unique little things that you see in Morocco as you're roaming around. Priceless. Oh, up ahead here there's a tree full of them. I'll put the camera back on in a jiff. Nice safe site. Not far from the river, I guess. That's why they'll be popular. And on a similar note, there's a lot of seafood here. We're about 20 minutes from the beach, so yeah, a lot of seafood. You can smell it. It's all cooked over charcoal. It smells delicious. You really get used to it. It's like the perfume of Morocco, the perfume of the Atlantic coast. It's gorgeous. So we've got some more market here. Looks like a bit of a shark. Whoa! You want to be on there? Hello! Hello! Hello, Morocco! Monsieur. Yes, monsieur. Piece of bread, thank you, monsieur. Come on, just give me some bread to it. Awesome. Maybe they know because I don't eat the fish. Well, this is a huge part of life in Morocco, so look, we've got a strong man there. Big fish. Lots of prawns. People eating fresh oysters. Very strong, delicious. Nice big market. That's what people are doing. Fish, you must very healthy diet. If you eat the fish and the fruit and nuts and all the local food, wow. I hope people are not being tempted by the sweet sugariness of modern convenience food. Gotta stick to the local diets. So up there's more nests. I just see them through the trees. That is a silky oak, beautiful big silky oak. There's more there, more there. Someone coming into land. A live action shot. Anyway, so as I normally do, I've earmarked a mall to walk to. This mall apparently is like a normal shopping mall, but it's built in a Moroccan style. So it seems like an interesting place to walk to. And then on the way there, you get to see things like markets and bird sculptures and real life birds and all sorts. Beautiful wall art. This is what roaming's about, isn't it? Just walking for the hell of it. I'm not sure what that wall is over there. It's not a souk wall though. It is the administration of the port projects. Oh yeah. So many birds, so many nesting birds. A huge population. There's a lot of smaller streets behind the port here. There was a sign back there that said Kasbah, but it was just like a sort of a wall. Not sure, so maybe it was the original Kasbah wall to the port, you know, castle wall to the port, before it was developed into a modern day enterprise. It's difficult to know. There's certainly a lot of low socio-economic dwellings here, you know, like little huts and stuff which are down low, tiny little doors like this where people live. So there's a whole range of stuff going on. Hello. Everyone's really friendly though. A heavy French influence. All the roads are roofs, all set out in a big grid pattern. So I've just plugged in a stop on the way to this mall, which is called the Ancient Quarter. So, you know, kind of Kenitra Old Town, I guess. So we'll go and have a quick look at that. Yeah, so the Ancient Quarter is more souky, more markety, that type of stuff. Normal kind of place where locals will come to shop for a bargain. People with time, who've got time to barter and, you know, to pick through stuff and look for the quality produce that they want to cook that evening, you know, a daily ritual. And right on the corner they're building the Medina Mall shopping complex. It's the best of both worlds. So if you look on the Kenitra map, the centre of the ancient Medina, or the ancient quarter, this is it. Roads radiating off with your choice of preferred shopping item. I think I'm going to head down to see these stores, might try and get some avocados and some fresh tucker. Got the normal type of Moroccan fare, the gorgeous fruit and nuts, all the spices, shawarma, tagines, the butchers, rotisserie snack, le coq d'or. Nice relaxed feeling. What a contrast. Say 40-minute walk away from the hustle and bustle of the high rises. Just as busy but a completely different feel, probably because there's no traffic. Lots of little drums, some second-hand goods, some new goods, a whole range of stuff. So this is it, the Kenitra Centre Mall. Doesn't look as I expected, but oh, nothing ever does it? It's like clad with some nice blocks. So we'll go and have a quick look, see what they've got in here. It's probably one of the big meccas of Kenitra for buying shorts, you know. Nothing too remarkable, lots of clothes, homewares, all that type of stuff. No problem, relax. Yeah, it's all pretty laid back. Gotta have a laugh at the people, won't you? Hello, how are you? So down there you've got the old railway station of Kenitra. The new one is a great big modern affair, you know, all structurally architectural and pleasing to the eye, but next to it is the old one, so they often keep the old station and then put the new one next to it. But here you have the old Medina station, complete with nesting birds. So me and Google Maps are on our way to a park which is back towards the city centre more, just to see what they're like, and walking down these lovely old laneways with beautiful houses either side, you know, older buildings obviously, but yeah, it's surprising there's so many different types of neighbourhoods, from kind of shacks to high rises to fancy apartments. It's a real mixture, that's for sure. I'm so used to these trees. These used to be all over London. Used to call them London plains. Beautiful. And these balls on there, what they turn into fluff, we used to call them itchy balls. We used to put them down each other's necks when we were kids at school. A couple of puppies having lunch. Making me feel thirsty now. I mean, not for dog milk, but you know. There's a bit of old wall and there's new construction. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Balance between the old and the new. So the provincial park of Kenitra runs both sides of this street, and it does look pretty nice, it's got to be said. I think I'm going to head over this side first, have a quick look, see what they've got planted. Oh, it's pretty low key. I can see the road just like 50 metres away either side. Bougainvilleas, fan palms, that type of thing. Still a nice quiet space to come to though, isn't it? Find a shady tree if you've got some time during the day. And then yeah, the other side is pretty much the same. The provincial park of Kenitra, right on the doorstep of the Moroccan Red Cross. Not Red Cross, they call it the Red Crescent, don't they? The Red Crescent. Looks like croissant. It's crescent, I bet guess that's the same thing, isn't it? Crescent and croissant. Yeah, the pool's dry. It's just a nice space to chill. And so tying into the public park, over there you've got the government offices. The government offices of Kenitra. Just woke the dog up. Sorry mate, I was panting a bit. Yeah. So now I think it's time to go to the supermarket and go back and chill out. Done for today. So this place I'm staying in is what they call an apartment hotel. So there's a central door into the apartment. Say it's called, like, you know, number 12. And then they've separated it into different rooms. So I think there's 5 rooms in this particular apartment. So that's the main door. And then we all have access to the kitchen. Nice fridge, cooker. There's a kitchen terrace where you've got, you know, your access to a washing line and terrace, etc, etc, views of the street. And then we all have our own rooms, whoever's staying here. So yeah, an apartment hotel they call it. So it's really good because you get like the benefits of a general apartment, but with the extra facilities, dining table, you know, there's like some pots and pans. No pots and pans as such, but oh yeah, pots and pans. I might do a bit of cooking tomorrow. A bin, plates, cups and glasses and stuff. So yeah, I might as well utilise it. And then there's a central living area, access to a TV, chill out area, and then the room upstairs. So pretty cool gaff, I reckon. New concept for me. Good morning, roamers. So I'm back down by the river. We're out for a walk today. It's the last full day in Kenitra. And hotel I'm staying in is really good. Really dig the concept of the apartment hotel. Anyway, so today seen a few places, but basically I'm heading in the direction of the beach here. Go and have a look at the ocean and see what it's like near Kenitra. So that is where we're heading. Let's have a good day. So this is one long huge road out of the centre of town. Been some lovely houses along here, and it's good to get a bit of speed up, get the cardio going, you know what I mean? Get your heart health ratings happening. But I think we are nearly at the place where we can see some stuff. I think I mentioned yesterday, the Americans came here and liberated one of the old French military bases. Then they turned it into, actually one of their battleships sailed up the river, and that's what did the trick. And then now it is a Moroccan Air Force base. So apparently there's some old aircraft there, and at the moment there's a lot of big cargo planes there, military cargo planes. So we'll be walking past that on the way to the beach area. So indeed there it is. There is the Royal Air Force Base, the 3rd Division, and over there is a Fairchild C-19 flying boxcar plane. I'm not going to get too close, they're not going to let me in because I'm a civilian from a different country, and it says no photographing, but this is the area where we are. So over the back here now is the Air Force Base. So if we can see the runway, that'll be good. If not, well, c'est la vie. So before get to the beach, going to go off the beaten track, head to the left a bit and go into the old Kasbah market in a suburb called Mehdia. Yeah, just to have a look. I mean, I'm guessing it will only be the same as what I saw yesterday, you know, this idea of an ancient quarter or an old town, but we'll pop off and have a look at it anyway. Pop off, isn't that a word for fart? Anyway, we'll go and have a look and see what the market's like, and then continue on down to the beach. I've literally been walking along the military airport fence for, well, maybe half an hour. It is huge, but I know the cargo planes are really big, so obviously they need super long runways to take off and land. So yeah, it's not the most interesting of walks, but as a walk in itself, it is doing the job. But on the way back it will be a taxi or a bus. I just noticed there's a number 9 bus that goes to Medina, so that sounds like the plan. So we're in the back of the beach suburbs, heading towards the Kasbah. Some beautiful houses here. Really smart looking buildings. Freshly cut lawns and others that need a bit more work. Oh yeah, gorgeous. Fancy cars. Yeah, so up in the distance there, we've got the old town. Minaret sticking up and the red buildings of the kind of Medina, not Medina, like kind of souky old town area. That's where we're headed. Apparently this vast stretch of land here is earmarked to become a golf course. You can see all the apartment buildings the other side, so yeah, I'm sure there'd be a lot of people who'd want to play golf. But wow, what a huge piece of land. On Google Maps it looks like a desert. Heading into Old Town, away from the prospective golf course. Golf course, yeah, that'll be right. Lovely grapevine going up the wall there. Gorgeous. So lots of old traditional buildings, all nicely paved. And head towards the souky centre, the Kasbah market. So much less imported fruit here, less exotic fruit, more locally grown stuff. But you know, we've seen lots of markets before, haven't we? We know what markets are like. Functional, practical, inexpensive. When we leave here, we're going to head down through to the beach, which is, I don't know, I can almost feel the breeze from there now. We're up quite high. I've been walking steadily up a gradient for a while, so these beautiful pancakes for breakfast. I'm going to try them tomorrow. There's a Moroccan breakfast at the hotel which serves those pancakes. Can't remember the name, but one is like a corn pancake and the other one is like a roti breakfast pancake, for want of a better word, with a bit of soft cheese, a bit of jam, a few olives, tea, coffee, some spice mixes, lots of little drums, pipes, tubing, beautiful mosque, and this structure in the middle here, this sculpture in the roundabout, this is actually the centre of the Kasbah. So that is that was the landmark I was aiming for. So now I'll redo my maps and we'll head down to the beach. Oh, I just saw a C-10 going over, a huge, great big plane. Have to be pretty quick though, so just took off. Two hours later, well, I am totally not disappointed. It's been a long old walk. Sometimes not that interesting, you know, the bit along by the airport. I did see a C-10 taking off though, so, or not taking off, but up in the sky, so that was cool. But look at this view. So this is the same Cebu River which we saw when last place when I was in El Jadida, when I went to see Azimor. So you've got this huge fishing fleet down there, the smaller boats, and then the bigger boats in the distance, maybe the tuna boats and the sardine boats kind of thing. And then you have the view down to the coast, which is where we're heading after this. But first I want to go and see this castle here, because apparently it's very famous and castle-y. So hopefully it's open. But wow, what a view. I thought I was walking uphill a bit. I couldn't quite work out what was going on, but yeah, that is gorgeous. Fantastic views, and of course you get a nice breeze. Wow, whole big village over there. I don't think there's any bridges across there either as well. You can probably get a ferry boat across down there on the most narrow point, but yeah, a little bit hazy. Anyway, let's go and see the remains of whatever this is. I might as well just have a quick look at it and see what it says. So as a lot of things are in Morocco, they kind of contentious issues for the locals. They're saying it could have been turned into a touristic gold mine, but apparently this was once the palace, the Kasbat Moulay Ismail. Apparently there's stables in there that once housed 12,000 horses, so we're looking at something on a grand scale. That this might only be a small remnant of what it once was, but it's still looking pretty good to me. And of course you get the overview of the coast, so as a defensive structure it would have been pretty awesome. Anyway, let's get closer. Kasbat Moulay Ismail, beautiful. See the old carvings, what remains of them. Looks like a soft stone, so they've obviously worn away over time. But yeah, virtually every comment on Google Maps that comes from a local is just saying, you know, whether it's owned by a local or government, why didn't they do more to look after it and to develop it, I suppose. I mean, loads of people would come up here. It's a fantastic area. You've got the views, got parking, you've got a park there, it will be good for the local economy. So yeah, it's kind of a shame. But never mind. Onwards. I suppose it's head down to the beach then. A little bit of a better view over the Kasbah wall here, down to the Cebu River. You can see there was many buildings inside. I mean, they had 12,000 horses in there. I mean, that's something else, isn't it? 12,000 horses, but it looks like a fantastic surf beach in the background there. Can't wait to get down and have a look, see if there's any surfers doing their thing. Come on Morocco, look after your heritage, get it sorted. This is a gorgeous place, right next to a gorgeous city of Kenitra. Actually, that's completely wrong. It wasn't the Cebu River Azimor, it was a completely different river. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, a correction is harmless. Anyway, here we are after this beautiful walk and the Kasbah up on the hill there, heading to the ocean, the mouth of the Cebu River where it meets the Atlantic Ocean. Beautiful, strong, briny, fishy smell coming off the ocean, and the water is just a gorgeous colour. Makes me really excited for times in the future when I'm going to be snorkeling in the Med. Gorgeous colours, little waves rolling in, beautiful. So it's a little bit of a garbage wasteland in front of me here, but we've got some sporting areas, lovely houses up on the hill. We've got some kind of pirate themed resort over there with the water flumes and all that kind of thing, and then more fancy apartments here on the corner. But we're going to head straight along the sea wall here and then come out of the beach where the I love Kenitra sign is. I love Mehdya. Mehdya Beach. Some proper surf coming in out there all the way from wherever the other side of the Atlantic is over there. That'd be America, wouldn't it? Wow. People bodyboarding, surfing. Lovely breeze. People flying kites. Oh yeah, it's popular. There's a lot of people down there for sure. So the red flag's up, probably a few rips out there. Got some surfers way out trying to catch the beginning of the waves. But yeah, busy day. Lots of lifeguard activity, lots of whistling, keeping people out of the waves. I don't know what the confidence level here is of the local swimming ability kind of thing, but yeah, they're keeping them well close to the shore. It's only the surfers who are out beyond the beach break, so lovely. Oh, very busy. And there's another Moroccan favourite just up from the beach. the Parc du Jeux, a little amusement park. Fairground rides, etc, etc. Another big C10 going in. Just banking into the airport. Awesome. So just like that, we're heading away from the beach, and we're gonna go and get a bus or a grand taxi back to Kenitra. And I think it's this way. No problem. Oh yeah, bus stop. So just like that, we are on the bus on the number 9 on the way back. 4 dirhams 50 the cost. And yeah, that was a great walk. Seems crazy, I get there and I don't swim, but how am I going to leave all my stuff on the beach? You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel safe. It feels too roundabout. It's probably just me being silly, but that's one of the realities when you travel. You just can't afford not to lose stuff, you know. So wouldn't feel safe leaving my wallet there, which means do I bring money with me, etc. But anyway, that's my problem. But there will be places when I can just walk down and have a swim, like I did do it at Jadida. So that's what I'm planning. Got a couple of beach destinations in the future. So that over there is the bus stop. So just on my way back from the Carrefour, going to go back to the hotel. Going to call this vlog done and dusted for Kenitra. I mainly wanted to see the beach, see that castle I went to this morning, Kasbat Moulay Ismail, and just to see the old souks here. So other than that, it's a big town, there's lots of architecture. Is it worth a visit? Definitely. I mean, you can sort of get lost here. There's no, I haven't seen one other white person, one other tourist here. Not that that matters, but you just sort of dissolve into the background, which is kind of nice. So I would say this place is definitely worth a visit. If Kenitra go, I mean, it would be ideal as well if you want to come in, do a bit of shopping for a few days before you go somewhere more rural, you know, treat yourself to a nice meal, that kind of thing, whatever. But yep, done and dusted for now. Off to Tangier tomorrow, very excited about that. So I will see you there. Although I am getting the bullet train there, the high-speed train, so if it's exciting I might get a bit of footage on the train just to see what it's like. So bye from Kenitra.